Hey guys, it's Davey here, and it's currently day 139. I hope you guys had an amazing day, and I do hope you guys are doing better than yesterday. Now, before you guys say anything, I know I look horrible, right? I look horrible. There's pimples everywhere on my face, there's red spots inflaming everywhere. Now, asking me, I have totally no idea what this is happening. I've been keeping up with my skincare, I've been keeping up with my hygiene. I mean, my hygiene is great, so I don't know why I have been getting some pimples lately. Maybe because my body is just not responding well to the stress, and maybe perhaps lately I have been building more stress due to me not doing anything. I mean, these are the answers that I have come up so far. But as a few more days will go by, hopefully these pimples and these red spots will be gone. But until then, it's just doing the right thing, guys. Doing the right thing and just being positive and eliminating any stress. So that means, what have I done today? Well, today my sister had a faction carnival, like a sport events, right? So I had to go there in the morning. I missed the gym, unfortunately, but I managed to go back to gym and hit an amazing back workout after I got back at around 3 p.m. But being in the sun today for the whole day without sunscreen wasn't really ideal. But the point isn't that. The point isn't me whinging about, I'm sitting in the sun all day watching my sister do running and stuff. No, that's not complaining, because what I managed to do, despite me being in a different environment, away from home, away from my office, I bought my laptop, I bought my journal, I bought my books, and instantly I actually managed to do much more work out there. Despite the loud cheering, despite the kids running around, I done outreach, which is something I haven't been doing quite frequently. From my last self sabotage, I haven't been going back to outreach, but I did my outreach. I did, quite frankly, more work than I had done the day prior. And obviously, that didn't just happen. Like, I didn't just wake up and say, I'm going to do so much work. That didn't happen for me, unfortunately. It was a small momentum that I built up. It was just doing the right things. And today was just a day that I managed to do some work. And obviously, tomorrow will be better because I'm building up that momentum. I'm staying focused. And that's the compound effect, compounding. And my efforts will be compounded. And that's just how it works. And I'm fortunate enough to see some great success during the past few days of recovery. And life has just been wonderful, guys. Life has just been wonderful. So it's just, I guess, very stupid of me before to self sabotage when I had become better, when my life had became better. It wasn't my logical brain thinking. Let's just say it as that. It was my emotions taking over. My emotions thinking like, oh, David, you're winning right now. You feel great. So why not just dabble around in some stuff you're not supposed to do because you feel great. So maybe this will make you feel better. But obviously, that my brain tricked me, and I had the absolutely worst crash. I had to kind of restart all over again, right? But there are some things that self sabotaging had not robbed away from me, and that is the self love I have built throughout my years, and that is just these positivities I have built that self sabotage alone couldn't necessarily take away from me, but it will hinder from me, right? Obviously, we can't feel great, we can't feel confident after doing dumb stuff, after self sabotaging, but it will take less time for us to bounce back to where we had left off. Now, coming back today doing work, it took less time for me to bounce back than it would have if I had self sabotaged a few years prior. So I'm very fortunate for that. And coming back home today, I just realized that I need a system. I need a system to just make my life more easier, create a system that will reward me on my efforts, and create a system that makes tracking habits so much more effective for me. Because I'm not sure about you guys, but the main problem I find with tracking habits is that if we miss one day, if we miss one little thing, despite it being out of our control or some emergency event happened that we kind of tend to the habits, any habit tracking out there, or the ones I know at least, will force you to restart the streak, will force you to restart your tracking streak. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but normally when you track habits, the main reward, the main satisfaction you get from it is the streak, right? It's the streak you keep alive. And once you lose that streak, you feel like everything you did put into it, all the effort you did put into it, had become a total waste of time. Now, this is what I have been feeling about tracking habits for a long time now. So I find it very hard to stay consistent. Well, not I find it hard to stay consistent, but it's when I miss a day, it is very frustrating because it does feel like that all the work I had put into it has gone to waste. So what I had done this evening is create a system that's personalized to my own goals and priorities and how I like to run things. So instead of now, if I had missed a habit, I would have to restart the streak. My streak will still continue, right? Instead of focusing on doing things, I'm focusing on a point system. I made a point system where each task I do, they gain you points. And the idea is at the end of the week, I have a reward system. And the amount of points I gain at the end of the week determines what reward I can give myself. So obviously, there's low rewards I can get through the points by doing the bare minimum, or medium rewards where I can do a little bit more, and just the best reward I can give myself by doing just locking in, just staying focused. But obviously, I have to have some consequence, right? Otherwise, I could just sit around and do nothing or just do the bare minimum. And the consequence is pretty simple, right? If I don't do anything, if I get distracted, I take points away. If I allow emotions to dictate my actions, I take points away. If I self sabotage, well, heck, I have to reset the whole week's worth of points. Now, obviously, self sabotaging, letting emotions take over, being distracted, taking points away, we're going to be at a higher price. For example, if I do two very important tasks, they may only gain me 5 points. So the risk of the consequence is much a higher price to pay than me doing a good thing, than me doing a positive task. And that is the whole idea of this system I created for myself. So I'm not essentially being punished for missing one task or letting life get in the way just once or forgetting to track my habits once, but I am getting punished by not doing the work or doing the work I'm not supposed to. So the streak will still continue either on. The streak will still continue, but it's just a matter of fact how much I do, and that's going to determine what kind of reward I can give myself. So I'm going to give that system a try, and I really think that system will work because there's tons of rewards. So it just keeps the motivation going. It keeps like the reason in life to do the thing, right? Obviously, we have this long term vision. We have this what I want to achieve in a year's time or 6 months time. But day to day, the weekend and weekly, we have to give ourselves little rewards to just keep that initiative alive, just to keep us pushing and give us a little bit of purpose. Because sometimes we can forget about the process and we do get attached to the outcome. So the best way then is to use instant gratification to our advantage. So every day, tracking the points, right? You're just seeing your points increase like a video game. You're earning XP. That's instant gratification, and getting rewards weekly, that is instant gratification too, right? It is rewarding you. So the idea around this system is that no matter what I do, I am getting rewards every day. Rewards are going to be reinforced daily, and obviously doing the bad things will take away rewards. Now that is common sense, which builds a consequence which stops me from making bad decisions. Very excited about this system because mainly I made it for myself. So that means there's no software out there to implement this with. So I have to stick with pen and paper, which I'm totally fine with that because I realized that writing it in pen and paper, I managed to track more effectively. So I mean, I'm just really, really excited, guys, and yeah, it's gonna be a wonderful time. It's gonna be a wonderful time, and now there's some white stuff on my lips. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's happening with my skin. You know, one day it's breaking out, the next day there's inflammations, the next day there's pimples everywhere, and the next day I look like an absolutely sexy motherfucker. But today just isn't the day. But in performance wise, I had a wonderful day. But honestly, this is all I want to talk about today. So I hope you guys learned something from this. But if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.